Hi everyone, I am Apollonia Ponti. I am your dating and relationship coach, founder of ApolloniaPonti.com. And in today's video, we are going to talk about why is heartbreak so painful. I know a lot of times when I hear from you clients about your heartbreaks and exactly the experiences that you're going through, I can relate tremendously, as I believe that everybody in this world really does suffer and go through heartbreak. And I want to give you some clarity right now, and you can use this video to get clarity, but to also have some motivation in regards to the pain that you're feeling right now and how to get out of it and make sense of all of this. Now, what you're feeling right now is a sense of loss. It's kind of like you're mourning a new relationship, like as a death of a person, really, even though it's probably not to the extent of a death. But in that case, you're mourning a loss of something, right? So you're kind of trying to get back into your old nature, your old habits. And a lot of times when this happens, you're trying to find your self-identity again. But the most beautiful thing about life is as time goes on, sometimes you can heal in the process. And it's really important that you focus on the healing in this process instead of turning this into anger and then having this cycle repeat and repeat with broken relationships in your life or unfulfilling relationships in your life. And that's what I want to talk about today in this video on what to do. Heartbreak is painful because of not only that you lost someone, but also too your self of dependence is lost and you don't know where to start possibly. And the biggest thing you can do is there's no quick fix for heartbreak, okay? Some men will say, you can go and have other girls and that will cure your heartbreak. Well, people are different. Some people can do that, some people can't. And the thing about being really in tune with your emotions is understanding that you can't focus on, I have to heal right away and not feeling the heartbreak that you're in. You feel the heartbreak that you're in because a lot of times men and women sometimes tend to kind of dismiss the feelings and hide the feelings, or then they get into a new relationship and then those feelings can occur back and they start being attached. They start being needy because this ex-girlfriend or this ex-boyfriend cheated on them. They hid the feelings, but now they flourished and found another girl that they like or a man that they like. And now these insecurities are being brought into the relationship because they were never dealt with in the first place. You get it? So that's why sitting with this unfortunate pain is really, really important. And then doing some self-reflection on yourself, right? It's about confidence boosting. And confidence boosting does not mean that you change your look. It means from the internal. Yes, confidence boosting is about some about changing your look, definitely, but you got to start with in here first. And one of the ways that you're going to do this is, it might sound silly, but I can tell you there's so many videos on YouTube about this, and there's so many things that people have done in their lives that have actually been able to heal from this is affirmations, is understanding that everything is going to be okay. Tell yourself everything is going to be okay. You are all you need is another affirmation. Stand like a superhero in front of the mirror. I know that sounds crazy, but the Superman pose makes you feel more powerful. I always suggest to some of my clients that if you wake up in the first thing in the morning, you're in a beta mindset, and we got to get you to an alpha mindset, right? And this is just the way of the human brain of different mindsets of how we get into our thinking process. And typically when we wake up, we're in the beta mindset, and we can lower this beta mindset if we think negative thoughts immediately when we wake up. And it shifts our day to be sometimes very poor, very sad, very negative. And what I always tell my clients when they're suffering from heartbreak or some troubling times is if this happens to you in the morning, it might sound crazy, guys, but listen to me. Hop in that shower and take a cold shower. Because what happens is those thoughts that you were thinking of there's no way that the brain can focus on two things. So what you're doing to your mind right now is you are retraining. You're trying to reprogram, and you're showing your mind who is the boss, basically. And this is something constantly that you're gonna have to do with conversations with yourself, and this takes work. And do this because afterwards you're going to feel so gratified and you're gonna feel so much more in control. And this is what helps you grow as a person, because you're gonna say, damn, if I can do this, I can do a lot more. If I'm so powerful, I can do this on my own. And this is where the recovery starts to happen. And the reason why this is so important is because a lot of times, like in life in general, people stay stuck, and we call it the fix and the growth mindset. And there's a book about this mindset by Carol Dweck, I believe it Dweck, I think is her last name. I'm pronouncing that probably so wrong, but it's so important because it's so true when it comes to mindsets, right? And the way you stay in the fixed mindset is not by putting in the work. And a lot of times it's the hardest type of work because it's your own self, and you have to put yourself first and continuing to show up for you. So try new things, get involved in a new hobby that you've been wanting to try, surround yourself around people that are like-minded people around you, surround yourself also around people that you can grow from, that have experienced similar situations. Do what you're doing now by watching this video, possibly hiring a coach to mentor you in this process if you need to. And then also too, is a good time for you to do a lot of self-reflection, spending some of that quiet time alone and getting to know yourself again, because a lot of times in relationships, we tend to lose our identity. So that's why pain is so much harder when you go through heartbreak, not only because you lost someone, but then you're left with yourself and you're like, wow, who am I without this person, right? Does that make sense? If it does, I want you to share in the comments below and really hold yourself accountable. If you're going through heartbreak, what are you going to do to better yourself, to move forward and to push through this heartbreak so you can get ultimately exactly what you want from your life or from your love life? I enjoy you, and I am so excited to hear from you in the comments below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed watching it. And as always, I'll see you again in the next video. Remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.